Hi, this is Sarah from Soul Heart Intuitive Coaching. I hope you're having a great day and that you're enjoying this lovely summer weather that we're having here in New England. I'm here to discuss the energy this week for the week starting June 3rd through the June 10th. And so, what do you need to know? Pay attention to your rising and your sun sign. Both of them will give you information that will help guide you as you try and move through this challenging energy that we've had recently. So, like always, we're going to start with Aries. So, Aries, your card is Guardians. So, pay attention to the people that you meet or the angels that are around you. Ask for help. So, this can be a really hard thing sometimes for you is to ask for help. But it's super important because a lot of times when we ask for help, we can get different perspectives than we might normally get. Now, it could be asking physical people for help, or as I said before, it could be asking guardian angels for help, or it could be asking other beings for help. Whatever you're comfortable with, just ask for help because they're going to give you a different perspective and a different viewpoint than you currently have, and that's going to help you to get where you want to go. Taurus, your card is open heart. So you have a set idea in terms of everything that you want to have happen, but you need to open up your heart to a new possibility. When we are able to open ourselves up to those new possibilities, we're allowed to have different things come through. And so it could mean something that you've wanted to come through, but it can't come through in the form that you want it to. Or it could be something totally different than you haven't thought of before. So open up your heart. Allow that information to come through. Nobody's saying that you have to act on it right away. You can still act on it at another point in time. But open your heart to the information and see what comes through. You never know what could happen. Gemini, yours is forgiveness. So, Gemini, do you need to forgive yourself? Do you need to forgive other people? All of these are applicable in that card. Forgiving yourself is often one of the most challenging things that we need to do. We often have, going back to what I said with Taurus, we often have these expectations of how things are supposed to go. And when they don't go the way that we think that they should, or they don't go according to plan, we often beat ourselves up. Or we beat up other people, either in our minds or verbally. We have these expectations that we set for ourselves, and they can create issues that we haven't fully anticipated. So, Gemini, make sure that you forgive. It's important. Even if you don't entirely mean the entire range of what you're looking to forgive, you can start small. You can start with one thing that you truly mean to forgive. It doesn't have to be the whole thing. You can forgive one little piece of it. And then once you're able to forgive that one little piece, see what happens to come out of that. See what can come through. Because as long as you're holding on to that, other things can't come in. And it's important for you to allow those other things to come in. So, Gemini, make sure that you practice forgiveness. Cancer, yours is peace. So, have you had a lot of chaos going on around you recently, Cancer? Tap into that sense of peace if you can. And you may have to find a tool within which to work. So maybe you need to meditate. Maybe you need to speak aloud your thoughts to somebody else. Whatever it is that so that you can find peace in either a decision that you've made or some situation that you're currently going through. Or it could be anything. It could be peace over what you're having for dinner tonight. It doesn't have to be this big, elaborate thing. It can be something really little and minuscule that can have this greater impact. So find the peace in whatever it is that you're searching for. And with peace can come inspiration. Leo, yours is initiation. So, Leo, have you had a lot of stuff going on around you recently? A lot of times when we're going through huge life changes, It's a rite of initiation, and it may not seem like it at the time. It may seem be you may just be like, I just want it all to stop. But you're going through an initiation, and a lot of times when you go through these initiation rites, there's a lot of obstacles that you have to go through. So you're going through the obstacles right now. Remember that the obstacles will all lead you in a certain direction. That doesn't necessarily mean that there's something bad or something that you've done wrong or anything like that. It's more just a matter of you're being tried. Being given these to make sure, do you really want this? Are you on the right path? And even when you may be on the right path, you're still going to go through these rites of initiation. You're still going to have the universe question you and go, are you sure this is what you want? Do you know that this is what you want? So go through the initiation process. Don't give up. There's gold at the end if you can hold on through the process. But it's important to go through the rites of initiation. So, Virgo, your card is strength. Virgo, you have more strength than you realize. Life can challenge us in ways that we don't necessarily anticipate. This strength is something that you can fall back on. Now, you may have eyes for detail. You may even feel critical at times of other people. These are can be parts of your strength. They are information that you can give. They're information that you can provide to other people. You can look at strength any number of different ways. You can look at it from a place within yourself that you have the strength to overcome and to withstand obstacles and to stand in who you are. You can look at it as I said before, a character trait, a strength in your character. How do you view strength? Do you view it as only, you can lift so much weight and so that you're strong in that respect? No. There's multiple ways to view strength. How do you, Virgo, feel about strength and how do you see it? Libra, your card is innocence. Libra, get back to the childlike nature. So the month of June is great for that. Tap into your inner child. See what your inner child has to say. Let your inner child come out and play. Through that childlike innocence, you can find information and guidance that will take you further. Your inner child knows the things that you need to work on so that you can reach those next planes that you're looking to go to. So, tap into that innocence and see what the innocence reveals to you. See what it has to say. There's something there for you. You just have to be willing to look at it. Scorpio, yours is rhythm. So, one of two things. Either you're looking to find your rhythm or you're currently in a rhythm. Either one is good. If you're looking to find your rhythm, then you've been doing a bunch of work and you're on your path to finding what that rhythm is. If you have found your rhythm, continue with it. Rhythm is something that is out of our normal expectations. We don't often pay attention much to what our rhythm is. But that rhythm is important for you because you have a tendency to want to dig so deep that sometimes you can get caught in the weeds. You might not move forward with information because you want to know more. But it's important once you find that rhythm, whatever it is, for you to keep up with it. So it could mean that you have multiple different projects all going on at the same time, but you have a different rhythm with each project. That's fine as long as you're going forward along that path of that rhythm. The rhythm will help you to stay on task, which is a super important thing for you right now, to stay on task. Sagittarius, yours is medicine power. So, Sagittarius, tap into that inner power. You have a tendency to think that you have all of the information that you need. And medicine power is there's higher guidance coming for you. There's higher wisdom that's out there, but you have to be willing to examine it. You have to be willing to look at it. And if you're not willing to look at it, then you're missing out. You don't want to miss out on guidance that's meant for you. You want to step into that power. And if you're able to step into that power, then you can find answers that you might not have received otherwise, or guidance, or information, or it may lead you down a completely different path. So, Sagittarius, take the medicine power. Take it as an example. See where it leads you. You never know. Capricorn, yours is core healing. So, Capricorn, you're doing some deep, deep inner work right now. And that's not something that you're necessarily liking. You don't like necessarily having to do the inner work. You'd rather do the outer work and see the results. You'd rather just work on some sort of project and just go with it. But this is a time for you to heal those core wounds within you. Really examine them and look at them. It's important that you do. Those core wounds are going to lead you in directions and places that you couldn't have thought possible. So even though you may wish to just keep chugging along at the pace that you're going at, or whatever project you're working on, it's important for you to take a time out. And when you feel emotions rise up inside of you, don't just dismiss them. Actually look at them and examine them. Can I look at this from a different perspective? Do I need to change my viewpoint? I may expect other people to constantly change their viewpoint, but maybe, just maybe, I need to change mine. And with that process, you can heal some of those deep things within inside of you. Aquarius, your card is Ancient Wisdom. So Aquarius, you would prefer to be playing around with the modern everyday technology and gadgets. But there's something in the past that's important for you. It could be a past person. It could be a past belief. It could be a past document. It could be a past process. It could be any number of different things that you think of. But there's something in the past that's important for you, and it's going to provide you with information. So take that ancient wisdom and see what information it has for you. And if you still don't like it, maybe it's not that one. Maybe it's something else. But don't dismiss it just because it's old. Old things can still provide us with guidance. So, pay attention to the ancient wisdom. And Pisces, yours is new growth. So, Pisces, you felt a lot of restriction in your sign recently with Saturn there, and Saturn is still there for a while longer. But have you been learning something as a result of that restriction and that limitation? Most likely you have. And it may be that you didn't know that you embodied that kind of growth, or that you were capable of it. It's not always a bad thing to be growing. I've had this conversation with people just recently. When we can choose our own growth, often we're fine. But when it is forced upon us, that's when we truly have the challenges that will rise to the surface. And those challenges will change who you are. Not always for the good. Sometimes it might be bad seemingly in the moment. But it will help to lead you in a new direction. And sometimes no matter how much you go kicking and screaming, things are going to change no matter what. So accept that new growth. See what it has to reveal to you. It could reveal something totally different that you never possibly expected. So I hope this has been helpful today. Again, I am Sarah from Soul Heart Intuitive Coaching, Feel free to reach out to me. Feel free to comment on this video. Through the month of June, I'm currently doing 30-minute sessions for $30. I would be happy to see you in one of those sessions and to meet you and to answer any questions that you may have. And I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day and you have a great week. And I will talk to you next week. Bye.